Tuesday, October 10th, 2017, 2:12 a.m. The town of Maple Hollow was still asleep when the second body was found. This time, it was a jogger, a 27-year-old teacher named Grace Holloway, strangled behind a row of dumpsters near an elementary school. Her limbs were arranged in the same macabre display as the previous victims. The media now had a headline: Maple Hollow has a serial killer. Detective Elise Monroe stood behind the police tape, staring at the crime scene. She had seen death before. Gruesome, bloody, meaningless death. But this had something colder, something theatrical. 2 bodies in 2 months, both killed late at night, both in the same 3-mile radius. She knew this wasn't random. It was ritual. Meanwhile, Daniel Reeves sat in the stands the next morning, cheering as his son scored a goal on the soccer field. His wife, Melissa, clapped beside him, her smile glowing with pride. From the outside, the Reeves family looked like the cover of a lifestyle magazine. But inside Daniel, something dark had cracked open. The murders had stirred something dormant, something he'd buried under years of normalcy and suburban routine. He felt it when he saw the blood the first time, when it splashed on his gloves, warm and sticky. It had terrified him, then excited him, then called to him. He'd started again. Flashback, 2003 college years, Detroit. Daniel wasn't always Dad of the Year. In college, he had been unstable, struggling with violent fantasies he couldn't explain. A psychiatrist had diagnosed him with borderline personality disorder and repressed trauma. But treatment was short-lived. He dropped out and moved south, reinventing himself as a clean-cut man who wore polo shirts and coached Little League. But the urges never fully left. He just got better at hiding them. October 12, 2017. The third victim was found near the creek. This time, there was something left behind. A red thread, tied tightly around the woman's wrist. Elise studied the pattern, the placement, the escalation. She convened a meeting with the task force that night. This isn't just a spree. This is a timeline. The killer is evolving, and he wants us to know it. Daniel's descent. Daniel stopped sleeping. He walked the halls at night, whispering apologies to the family photos on the walls. He knew it was only a matter of time before the mask slipped for good. He tried to stop. He threw away the gloves, the rope, the box under the basement floor. But the rage kept boiling up. At his son's coach for barking orders. At the barista who messed up his order. At Melissa for humming too loud while folding laundry. Then came victim 4, the kill and the guilt. She was a florist. He had followed her home, watched from the shadows as she brought her dog inside. He hadn't planned to kill again. But when she looked through him at the market earlier that day, as if he didn't exist, something inside him snapped. He remembered the blood, her pleas, the sound of her head hitting the wooden floor. Afterwards, he vomited in the alleyway. Then he walked home, stripped in the garage, kissed his wife's forehead, and fell asleep next to his son. Elise gets closer. Detective Monroe had no suspects, but she had a pattern. She knew the killer lived nearby, that he watched his victims beforehand. She organized neighborhood canvases, set up anonymous tip lines, reviewed hours of traffic footage. And then, finally, something. A security cam picked up a partial plate near the second crime scene. She ran it through the system and came up with a short list of local cars. 5 matches. 1 belonged to Daniel Reeves. October 22, 2017 confrontation. It was supposed to be a routine follow-up. Elise knocked on the Reeves' door expecting to interview a bored housewife and her distracted husband. But when Daniel opened the door, her instincts flared. His smile was too perfect. His eyes didn't match his expression. They sat in the kitchen drinking coffee. Melissa made small talk. Elise took mental notes. The kitchen smelled like lemon and bleach. The chapter's climax. Later that night, Elise returned to her desk, replaying the visit in her mind. She ran a check on Daniel. No priors, no complaints, but something about him felt off. She pulled surveillance footage again, frame by frame. Then she saw it. A man, half-shadowed, walking past the crime scene 2 days before the murder. Same gait, same build, wearing a Maple Hollow Soccer Club jacket. She zoomed in. The logo was partially visible. It was enough. Elise placed the call for a search warrant as storm clouds rolled in over Maple Hollow. In the basement of a suburban home, hidden beneath floorboards, a box waited in the dark. Inside, a lock of hair, stained rope, and 4 tiny red threads.